Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for taking time to watch this little short video on forgiveness education. My name is Jill McGuinness, based here at Stranmillis University College, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Professor Robert Enright, all the way over in Wisconsin in the United States. Robert, it's so lovely to have you with me on screen this evening, or this morning, I should say, as it is in Wisconsin. What we're going to do just is tell you a little bit more about the project that we've been involved in with our team here in Belfast and linking out with our wonderful partners in Madison, Wisconsin. So Robert, I'm just going to ask you if you could tell us a little bit about what is meant by forgiveness education. I really, it's something that you've been working on for many years. Perhaps you could share with us and what are the benefits for young children of forgiveness education?
Let's start with the question, what is education? And education is to prepare children for adulthood. We prepare them for mathematics and being able to multiply and divide. We prepare them for communicating well with one another. But you know, one thing we've been missing for hundreds and hundreds of years? How do we help children prepare for adulthood when they've been treated deeply unfairly by others? They're then crushed by that, and they have to raise children and work, and they still have a broken heart. Forgiveness education is to help children learn how to deal with the injustices of life now. For example, if someone pushes the child down on the playground, so the child doesn't carry the resentment in the heart, and learns this moral virtue of forgiveness, which is to be good to those who are not good to you, so that by the time the storms of life and adulthood hit them, they're in fact ready to deal with that. For example, I talked recently with a 35-year-old woman whose husband abandoned her unexpectedly. She said to me, "I don't have the time and energy to forgive, but I know I must to have a healthy family now for my children, and I don't know how to do this." What if she had forgiveness education when she was 6 years old or 16 years old? She would be ready to not necessarily face the injustice that happened, and she can't do much about that. But what she can do is to repair her heart. So let's think of forgiveness education as heart surgery. When we've been deeply unfairly treated by others, forgiveness as a moral virtue is a way to heal the heart and go on well with life. What's the benefit? Not just a healed heart, but healed relationships, so that my 35-year-old friend doesn't now displace that anger, that misery onto her own children. So not only do we have a healed heart, we have healed relationships. Because as we know, when people's hearts are hurting, we can tend, unfortunately, to take it out on others. What is forgiveness education? It's a response to tragedy born out of injustice from other people, where we learn to stand again, and in the standing, we heal our heart, we heal relationships, and we go on well. Do we need forgiveness education? If the point of all education is to prepare children for adulthood, the answer is a resounding yes.
Thank you very, very much. I have really enjoyed learning more about the forgiveness education program and lessons and the attributes that we foster here in Northern Ireland of PDMU, of personal development and mutual understanding, of kindness and empathy, compassion and respect and understanding and forgiveness. And it's been fascinating working with our schools. So myself and my colleagues here at Stranmillis University College have been absolutely delighted, and it's been a real privilege to have been involved in this international project supported by the John Templeton Foundation. I know there are other countries that are involved. You are leading us, Professor Enright, in all of the different regions. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit from your perspective, your hope for the project as it's coming now. Our conference is coming up in the next few weeks. And you know, what's happening with the other regions? How has everything been moving forward?
Yes, well, this particular project is for primary 7 students. It's called 5th grade in other countries. And we're doing this, of course, within Northern Ireland, Israel, and Taiwan. And we're working with primary 7 teachers and students in about 12 to 20 classrooms in each of these regions, where we give curricular materials that are appropriate for primary 7 students and teachers with a 14 lesson, 12-week program on learning how to love. It's the ancient term for this kind of love is agape, A-G-A-P-E, agape love, which is love that is concerned for others, in service to others, even when it's difficult to do that, and forgiveness. Because forgiveness basically has as an overarching theme to love others who don't love us. And that takes time to develop, to mature in people. So we did all the fall or autumn semester, a full curriculum with 12 to 20 classrooms in all 3 world zones. And within we test how people are learning to forgive and what kind of hope they have and empathy. And then we do it again in the spring semester with the different kind of classrooms that are part of what we call the control group that didn't have this in the fall or autumn semester. And now we're going to compare to see if once these students have this program in the fall or autumn semester, are they doing better in terms of their own hearts, in terms of their own relationships in school? And then how about now when the control group has it, and they're just finishing up now in the spring semester. And so we have 2 looks at this. And the hope is that we will be able to show anyone who's interested anywhere in the world that if they want to help children start dealing with these injustices of life toward good effects, they might want to take a look at this curriculum, which we can offer to them. And maybe a child, friendships, the community of the school just might be better off.
Thank you. That's really interesting to hear a little bit more from your perspective and bringing it all together with the other regions as well. So really looking forward to meeting the other colleagues in the other regions. We're heading out in a few weeks' time. Dr. Anita Gracie, Dr. Anne Rowan. We have 11 teachers and principals with our partnering skills, and also then a representative from the controlled sector and also the maintained sector as an education representation as part of the conference. So we are absolutely delighted to be heading out to be with you all very, very soon. And I suppose I wanted to maybe just ask a little bit more about your hopes for the conference itself. So you were sharing there your aspirations for the project and what that has all involved. But the conference is now coming up, as I say, in the next few weeks. What are your hopes for this very important event, Robert?
My hope is those who attend this conference or attend it virtually once the conference is over, we're having it videoed, that people will understand what this agape love and forgiveness are, how they operate in terms of people learning these and growing in these moral virtues, how schools can actually apply this, and then how it can be applied in families and communities. And we hope for rich dialogue among people who are from very disparate cultures, Northern Ireland, Israel, and Taiwan, so we can all learn from one another. Because yes, there is a certain objectivity as to what agape love and forgiveness are, but they're appropriated, they're tried, they're played out differently in different cultures. Let's find out how that happens so we can all be enriched by the differences and commonalities across the world. And I'm hoping people will walk away from this and say, we need to plant forgiveness in families and schools and communities far more intensively and deeply than we had ever thought possible. And this different kind of perspectives that we will see in this conference will help enliven the spirit of people to do this.
Wonderful. I can't wait. Absolutely delighted. I'm really looking forward to being with you all very soon. Just before we finish, Robert, a little birdie told me that you've recently been awarded a wonderful accolade for your work in forgiveness, the Gold Medal Award for Impact in Psychology of the American Psychological Association. And I'm aware that people who have won this before over the last sort of 60, 70 years, Bandura, Skinner, amazing people that we have talked about in our lectures and we've learnt about over many, many years. So it is an absolute wonderful accolade and testament to your commitment. And I just want to pass on our best wishes and congratulations from all of the colleagues and our students at Stranmillis University College. Perhaps you could finish by telling us, why do you believe you've been given this? I know that you are very humble in your work, but maybe you could give us a takeaway message for this wonderful accolade that you've recently received.
Well, I would say I wasn't the one who won it. I think it was won by forgiveness itself, because forgiveness as such a vital part of the human condition until about the last 3 decades has been completely ignored within the social sciences that are supposed to be the helping professions. Well, we have shown over this 30 years of persevering that forgiveness plays a major role in healing the broken heart. And I'm so delighted that the American Psychological Association sees that and now is putting forgiveness alongside major historical contributions within psychology, because forgiveness deserves that. You know why? Because it works, and our science shows that. So it's time to move forward for the good of humanity.
Thank you very, very much. I just want to say well done again on all of the wonderful work that has been happening. From us here in Belfast, we look forward to being with you and your team in a very short time, and we look forward to having some sunshine. It is sunny here today, believe it or not always the case, as you know from being in Northern Ireland many times, but we hope and look forward to being together with some nice sunshine, hopefully in July when we head out. Robert, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving a little bit of context to our trip and to our conference and to our project. We've been absolutely delighted to partner with you, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Thank you for your time, and look forward to seeing you in the very near future.
It's been my honor to work with you and all in Stranmillis. Thank you so much.